Hello again. Welcome back to week 49 of year 4 of the Religious Education Initiative. This is day 3. We're continuing through the Gospel of John as the Lord speaks to his disciples at the mystical supper. So last time we saw the Lord revealing the mystery of the Holy Trinity to his disciples, showing to them how he is caring for them, expressing the love of the Father, so that even as he seems to leave them, so that the world will no longer see him, he will nonetheless remain with them always, and will furthermore send them the Holy Spirit, so that they will never be forsaken. He continues in that same vein. This is verse 25 of chapter 14. I have said these things to you while I am still with you. But the Advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you everything and remind you of all that I have said to you. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not let them be afraid. You heard me say to you, I am going away, and I am coming to you. If you loved me, you would rejoice that I am going to the Father, because the Father is greater than I. And now I have told you this before it occurs, so that when it does occur, you may believe. I will no longer talk much with you, for the ruler of this world is coming. He has no power over me, but I do as the Father has commanded me, so that the world may know that I love the Father. Rise, let us be on our way. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He removes every branch in me that bears no fruit. Every branch that bears fruit he prunes to make it bear more fruit. You have already been cleansed by the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me as I abide in you. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me you can do nothing. Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit, and become my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments, and abide in his love. I have said these things to you, so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. Okay. So this is beautiful. This is the Lord speaking to his disciples, assuring them that even though he leaves them, he will not leave them. This is why he says, you heard me say to you, I'm going away, and I am coming to you. He does both at the same time. He sends the Holy Spirit to teach them and remind them of everything he has said. He gives them peace, even though the world will trouble them greatly. So he says, if you loved me, you would rejoice that I'm going to the Father, because the Father is greater than I am. And I think the point being, as he says, as I go to the Father, you are united with the Father, which is more than even being united with me here as I have been. This is not to indicate a separation between the Father and the Son. It is to indicate that what the disciples have had of the Lord in the time they have walked with him has been veiled and hidden, because although he is revealing the Father to them as he is with them, he is hidden and veiled his divinity and his glory. So they, as he is lifted up, now his glory is revealed, and now they will indeed see the glory of the Father that has been hidden, even as he has been with them, revealing himself to them. So, this is important too. In verse 30, he says, I won't talk to you much longer, because the ruler of this world is coming. He has no power over me, but I am doing as the Father has commanded me, to show that I love the Father, that I am united with the Father, that I am. So this is important. He says, the ruler of this world is coming. The devil is coming to destroy me, he says. I'm going to be killed, he says, but I am not being taken out of weakness. He has no power over me. I deliver myself up into his hands for the life of the world. And then he goes on talking about the true vine. And this is speaking to them of what will come to them. Because if they wish to abide in in him, and the Father is the vine grower, and Jesus is the vine, and they are the branches, well, then they will be pruned. Life is not going to be easy for them or for us. Life is not going to be a bed of roses. We are being made the bed of roses, as it were, which means we need to be pruned. We need to grow, and the growth will come to us as the Lord permits troubles to afflict us. And in this, what needs to be thrown away, what cannot abide in the Lord, what is corrupt and broken and troubled in us, will be cast away. This is important, because then he goes on and says, so if you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, it will be done for you. Often we see this, we read this, and we think, oh, if I want a pony, Jesus has to give me a pony. He promised. But if we abide in the Lord, and his words abide in us, that is to say, if we understand and follow and are faithful, if we ask him, we will receive. But what we ask for, if we ask, well, as people say, be careful if you ask the Lord for patience, because he will give it to you by giving you many opportunities to learn patience. If we ask the Lord to be made holy, he will answer and he will fulfill this. We may not enjoy the process, but being purified, being purified is a process, or feels like fire. Feels like being in a crucible, under pressure and very hot. But he will perfect us. He will complete this work in us. These are the things that he's talking. So abide in his commandments, abide in his love. The Father has loved us, and Jesus has loved us. We are called to abide, to remain in his love. He says these things to us so that his joy may be with us, so that our joy may be complete. Again, this is good news. It's not easy news, but it is emphatically and definitely good news. So, that's it for this week. God bless you all. We'll see you next week.